Guys, what's poppin'? It's your man AB tapping in. I gotta tell you about today's sponsor, Beard Organics. Look, it took Lou 49 years, but he finally was able to grow a beard, but he's doing the smart thing and he's taking care of it, all right? When he goes to the barbershop, he brings his kit from Beard Organics with him. First things first, you gotta use the beard wash. It is no point in doing all this extra work if your beard ain't clean. The foundation gotta be right. Next thing, you gotta hit it with the conditioner. That's gonna make it soft, and trust me, your lady friend will thank you. This is all natural and organic ingredients, so you ain't gotta worry about your face breaking out or no other weird stuff happening. Lastly, you gotta hit it with the beard oil. Couple of drip drips here, drip drip there, and when that light hits your beard, it twinkle and glisten. When you step out, people gonna ask you, yo, where did you get your beard products from? You can point them straight to beardorganics.com. Don't forget, let them know if you buy 3 items or more, you get an extra 20% off. So I don't know what you waiting on, but go to beardorganics.com. They got products and accessories. Go and get yourself right and let them know on deck sent you. Hey, what it do, what the business is.
It is another week in the books with the On Deck TV show. I am Spike Lou.
Man, holla at your boy Animal Brown, Animal_Brown, if you're looking for me on socials.
And I am Spike Lou on them same social sites. Holla at your boy. AB, what's going on, brother?
Man, what's going on with them Cowboys? How about them motherfucking boys?
I just want to put on the record, I got niggas on the laughing after the victory IGs. I got niggas, I seen you did like 9 of them.
I had
niggas
to.
was doing them and adding me. Like I should definitely be getting paid for my interactions on Twitter, fucking YouTube, fucking TikTok, any social site I went on, dude. It was all heat. Motherfuckers said all heat. Where's Spike at? Where's Spike? He ain't got anything to say. No, nigga. What's hot about that?
Hey, what was it? What is it though? On some real shit. Like what's the problem?
I got fired, Mike McCarthy. They got fired everybody. Like Dan Quinn, Mike McCarthy. I think the biggest problem though was all the hype Dan Quinn was getting.
Yeah.
They thought the defense was cold as it was, and we don't even have linebackers. Nigga, they did a stat on Get Up. Like, I think they said 53 of the plays was running plays, and 44 of the running plays, we had 6 DBs on the field. And still couldn't stop y'all fucking pass. Like, I don't even know why the DBs was on the field, but I don't even think they got linebackers. So it's like, oh, that scheme that Dan Quinn run ain't shit. So they're gonna have to get rid of him. They have to get rid of Bella, McCarthy. If we can get rid of Dak, he can go.
I was just about to say, you keeping Dak? God damn.
That's a wrap. It is a wrap. We should have known though when he got knocked out by them Nashville niggas at spring break. I should have knew then. I should have never put no faith in that nigga from then. Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember that at all.
You don't remember the video?
This past year?
Nah, he was in spring break. He was in Mississippi State before he even did.
Okay. Yeah, okay, good. I thought you were talking about like last year.
Break. No, he was down in spring break, and some niggas from the Ville knocked him out. Y'all let us know in the comments to listen to the Ville who them niggas was. There's some niggas from the Ville.
And that's your quarterback.
Shit, I can't be my quarterback, man. This made me think of that. That's all I could think about was him getting knocked out at spring break and laying on the concrete, struggling to get up.
Real quick though, before we move on, because I know people are like, this is a hip hop show. The real answer is Jerry Jones. Y'all not gonna do shit until you get rid of him. He's in the way, bro.
That's not true, bro.
No, he sets the tone
because look, he drafts the roster. That's really all he do. And we got one.
No, that's not it.
Football, hands down.
He talked too much, bro.
I mean,
he talked too much. Okay. Nigga, it's 4 other teams and 5 other teams that lost this weekend, bro. None of their owners had press conferences, dude. Like, he got to get the fuck out the way. Just fall back. Make the decisions in the cut. But when he set the tone, like how he be talking, Dak was talking about Super Bowls, nigga, in the press conference leading up to it. They weren't talking about Green Bay game. They was talking about Super Bowl talk. They get that from dude, and they lost sight of the goddamn what was in front of them.
That's fair. All of that's fair. And you and I always talk on this podcast. There's 2 sides of things. There's that side of it, and there's a business side of it. The reason that Jerry Jones is out front like it because his franchise is worth $5 billion. It's the most valuable franchise in football. So yes, as a football fan point, yes, I get what you're saying. But you and I also study business, and we love that shit. We know why Jerry Jones does that, and no other owner does that. And his team is the only team worth that much money. And it's been that worth that much money. So I get it. And I know that's not going to change. So why would I even complain about it?
He would trade an average evaluation for rings, bro. You could tell he's about to cry leaving that, wasn't it?
He would at this age, but he just all set in his ways. Now you look, but
That's
every
true.
time you look at the Forbes list, though, who's number one? And then I'm not bragging on this as a fan or nothing. I'm just saying from a
Yeah,
business
no, for sure.
standpoint, that's why he does it. I'm gonna be.
I
This
agree.
is
And
my
it
shit. This is
works.
my franchise, and it works, nigga.
It works from
I'm
a
the
business
team. This is a team that
perspective.
everybody gonna talk about. So it's a
Yeah.
gift and a curse, man. But that ain't why y'all are here. Y'all are here for the latest and greatest of the hip hop news from your favorite hip hop duo discussing this shit, man. Been what this is going into year 11, AB. We won't
Absolutely.
even keep counting the episodes no more. I think we're like 600 or something. So yeah, man, it's a lot of stuff out there for y'all to check out. This week we're going to talk about which album turning 20 would you want to see made into a documentary or a film or that needs more attention. Also, we're talking about the new whole verse on the Book of Clarence and Benny the Butcher's album dropping on Def Jam. We'll get into that. And it's been a big debate over the weekend about about Mos Def's comments about your man's Drake. But first, 21 Savage dropped an album titled American Dream, set to sell 130,000 first week AB. I want to know what you think about the numbers on the album and this pretty much putting in cement that 21 is a A-list rap star right now.
Yeah, the numbers are respectable. He hasn't dropped a solo album in a couple of years now. Obviously, he did work with Drake, which boosted his profile because there was some big records on their joint, and he's featured on a couple of other songs that did waves and whatnot. So the numbers add up. I was proud of him for dropping a solo album and making a quality body of work. I thought the project was very nice. 15 songs right there where it need to be. We don't need nothing longer than 15 tracks. The production was superb. Like I haven't looked through all the credits. I know Metro is on some of these. Dog, the production is insane. Like it sounds fantastic. It makes up for where 21 may be lacking in dynamic flows or necessarily expansive subject matter. Where he lacks in all of that, it works because the production fits the tone of his voice and kind of which then in turn leans into the subject matter, which kind of makes it effective, which makes him him. He's basically the John Wick of rap. That's kind of how I look at him. But
John
I
Wick
think
rap.
that the album is fire. He put out a good body of work. I wasn't expecting a solo album this soon. I did think it was weird that the announcement came 2 days before the album dropped, but he announced the movie 6 months before that's dropping. So I thought that was weird. We get a 6 month head rollout for the movie, nigga, and a 48-hour rollout for the album. Weird, but it worked. 130K, strong numbers. And I dug the album, man. It's a win-win. What you think?
He A-list? Is 21 like A-list now?
Yeah. I can say that.
Okay.
A-list rapper for sure. Not musician,
sure?
but rapper.
No. I'm just saying, yeah, namesake. That's all I'm talking about. I ain't talking about skill-wise, namesake. Are we sure that movie's coming out?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure if that wasn't a spoof. I still am in the believing that that was a spoof. I listened to the album just recently. I didn't run to it. Like you said, it wasn't a long rollout, so I wasn't anticipating the 21 Savage album, though I do appreciate his work. I've liked a lot of the other albums that he did. I Am Greater Than I Was.
Yep.
Even the one before that, I
Issa.
dug it. I dug those. This one right here was different from a production standpoint, like you said. It sounded like he had arrived. It sounded like a lot of money was in this album. You got Doja Cat on here. You got Burna Boy on here. You got Summer Walker on here. Like this was the Swing for the Fences album, and he didn't let down. Even with sales, like you said, 130, but more importantly, from a sound standpoint, this sounded great.
It does.
That's not saying that me as a 40-year-old plus man is going to go listen to this anytime soon again. But as I consumed it, I was like, okay, you're just banging. Like there are a couple of songs that I would go back to. Letter to My Brother, I fucking love that.
Flames.
Oh my God. Letter to My Brother in Dark Days. I love
those are the standouts.
I love those records, and I really wish from a selfish standpoint that he would be more introspective like that throughout the album. However, I'm not the old get off my line nigga that doesn't understand why the songs that are on the album are on the album. But man, do I really wish I could get like that Dark Days, that Letter to My Brother. I feel like he wanted to do a whole album like that. I feel like that's in him. And though it may not take him any further, it won't sell 130 next week. What you were talking about as far as just his status as an artist, if he did something as introspective as that with the position of 21 Savage, and y'all know how I get down, but I'm doing the whole album talking introspectively like this. Oh man, that would warm my heart, man. But to that being said, I respect the album, what it sounded like, what it did. 130. I think he's here as an A-list rapper as well.
Yeah, no, he stayed on brand for most of this because that's what the 21 Savage fans are here for. Now, when you add in joints like Letter to My Brother, which was not coincidentally right after the song with Young Thug, let's be clear, that was not an accident.
Great placement on the album.
Exactly. And then like you said, the Dark Days, those are the ones that got a little bit more substance to them. And so you sprinkle those in for the more traditional rap fan that is, like you said, of age on some grown man shit that's not necessarily out here on the drilling shit that he may be on every other song. But I'm just saying the album is strong, even with the mom on there talking, even the Rolls Royce sample on that first, like, man, like the beats are crazy on here.
Yes.
Nigga, they sound fantastic, nigga. Like, man, a couple joints stood out to me though. All the ones you said, of course. The Red Sky, which is the second to last one, I thought was super dope. The Summer Walker song was banging. I don't know what sample that is, but that shit sounded dope.
You know that song?
What is that? Maybe I just can't recall it right now. I'm talking about
right now.
You
know that. You definitely know that song.
But that was a dope record too. It's some real good joints on here, man. So salute to 21. I don't think it's a coincidence either that his best album came after he collabed with Drake. You're welcome. He got his artistry from Drake, clearly.
Stop it.
Probably got a couple bars
from Drake. Like a Drake song. I can't remember which one that motherfucker was.
It's probably the best one on
there. No, it's not. But it sounds like that. This is supposed to have been on Her Loss or some shit like that.
Okay. Yeah. I can see that. But no, strong project. Kudos to him. Like I said, I didn't think we'd see one this early, but and I'm not saying early. That was a year and a half ago at this point. So
yeah. The Summer Walker song is called Prove It.
Banging.
Yeah, it is banging. And I like the song with Burna Boy. Just like
it was okay.
I like
I'm not a big Burna Boy guy.
It was different.
But I can see it going though. I can see it being on the radio.
I like the little swag Burna Boy put on it. So yeah, I was fucking with it, man. Y'all go check out that 21 Savage, y'all.
Absolutely. Hey, and before we move on to the next topic, almost forgot, man. Rest in peace, Yo Gotti's brother, Big Jook. If you're a fan of Yo Gotti, then you know who this person is and how big of a role they played in Gotti's life. Who knows? A whole lot of politics going on with all that. We don't know what that is. Y'all gonna have to go search YouTube for that. But they were going home from a funeral. Excuse me, they were leaving a funeral headed to a restaurant, and he and someone else was shot. I don't know if the second person made it or not. I don't recall, but he was with family though. He just wasn't with family at the funeral. You can see Gotti there. His mom was there. So this
was a dude who was like an uncle to them.
Okay, gotcha.
Raised them, that's why, like you said, Gotti showed up for him. This was a guy that was really influential in their life as youngsters.
Man, y'all be safe out there in Memphis. If we got any people listening in Memphis, please stay safe out there.
Rough, man. R.I.P. to Jook, man. Like you said, he's mentioned numerous times. If you're familiar with Yo Gotti's catalog, you've heard his name a lot of times. If you met him before, he's been in his entourage. So yeah, and if you know that this song from Dolph was talking about him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. Thoughts and prayers to them. Hope it don't get uglier than this. We had a long streak, AB. Like it wasn't no rap.
Last year was quiet.
Yeah, it was quiet. Niggas was inside still trying to figure out new money situations. So it wasn't a whole lot of like beef shit that we seen. And I hope, man, and I said this I was on this, the mic still on this week, man. Like I hope, and this may be a reach, but that Cat Williams shit, it registered as far as if you try to create viral content. And I hope that then we seen Stephen A do it. I hope that doesn't spill over into hip hop because the consequences are a lot more than like if you just talking about comedy niggas who might get to fight when they see each other. I hope niggas don't take this route and see Cat Williams get all this pub from what he did and they want to go air niggas out and it ends the wrong way. I hope we're not heading down that road.
Unfortunately, this beef sounds like it go a little bit deeper than Cat Williams.
It does. No, Cat Williams ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm just talking about
right.
Stephen A did it. But yeah, this is But we said this though, man. Like we said this because we knew like this is going like when that
It
diss
wasn't
song was
over.
coming out, yeah, like this gonna be ugly. We like
Yeah.
niggas know how Memphis niggas get down, bro. And this is tracking out like we thought it would, unfortunately. This is
Yeah.
really tracking out like y'all niggas. I don't know, like if you should be doing that.
Yeah.
Music, content, or anything. I don't know if it's worth this what you're doing. And it's starting to bleed into that, man, unfortunately.
I'm kind of surprised that they even go back home, bro. I'm gonna be real. If I'm
That's the
Gotti, bro,
thing,
there's
though,
no
bro.
need
You
for me
get
to be
big,
in Memphis,
but
bro.
that's the thing, though. You get big as Gotti, like you talking about a mentor to you, bro. Somebody that like you really got like somebody like a father figure to you. You're not
I'm
gonna
in and
mix that
out
curve,
then.
man.
I'm in
That's
and
what they
out
thought
with
they was doing.
nah niggas
Like you
stopping
don't
to
know.
eat. Nigga, I'm in and out, bro.
This was at the repast, though. I thought this was at them leaving out. It wasn't when
Oh,
it was at the restaurant. It was at the repast, from what people are saying. So
okay,
like
okay.
you think you low key, like really nobody shouldn't even know you in town. Somebody says something, God, he gonna be at the. That's how it happened, bro. But yeah,
Crazy.
I see what you're saying. It's just it's hard to do that, man.
That's
That's why
true.
once you get a certain age and you move a certain way, you can't be. But I never mind. But yeah, I don't want to be preachy, but yeah, that's crazy.
It's definitely easier said than done, man. Moving on. Your boy Mos Def, or better yet, Yasiin Bey.
Yasiin Bey. Oh,
Yeah,
I know
was
you
on
love
a
this.
podcast and he was asked about Drake. It's called the Cutting Room Floor podcast. And he had remarks saying that Drake is not hip hop, he is more pop. And that the reason he says that is because he makes the type of music that you would hear shopping at Target while you were at Target. Now, the Drake is not hip hop. It's not a take that is necessarily new. We've heard Glasses Malone, shout out to him, friend of the show, made those same statements on our podcast not too long ago, and then he doubled down and said them again on Breakfast Club and a couple other places. My question to you was: Mos Def, did he make valid points, or was he just hating?
He made valid points, but it came off like he was hating because of his facial expressions and shit. Like he was doing way too much with the pauses and the looks and how he approached the question. Had he been more professional about it, I think that people would have really taken his opinion and digested it better. But since he did all that extra shit with it, people took it as him hating. I say it all the time. I know you really don't agree with it. I don't even know how it's a slight to you guys that are Drake fans. He's really not hip hop. He surpassed that. Drake is like a mega artist. I would put him in a lane with Michael Jackson and Madonna. He just happens to know how to rap. Same thing with Doja Cat. I don't consider Doja Cat hip hop. She just happens to know how to lay good bars. So I'm always taken aback because I seen some shit on Twitter where Drake fans was going wild. They was in Yasiin Bey shit.
Yeah.
And I seen some other niggas on the other side like, yeah, let Drake say something. He gonna get slaughtered by Mos Def, which I'm not. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't familiar with Mos Def work like that. I ain't
Umi
necessarily taking.
says, "Shine your light on the world."
I ain't taking him in no battle versus
Does that
Drake.
mean he not
Let
hip
me.
hop nigga because he got a harmonizing song, nigga? Is he neo soul
It
now because
doesn't.
he got Umi
But you
says?
can't do that though, because you know his history. Like you can't even do that. You know how he get down. And just because Drake could
Man.
rap, don't give him that same track record as Yasiin Bey. Even though I ain't listened to it, what's the name of that nigga shit? The low end theory. What's them niggas' names?
Nah, that's
Oh,
that's
no,
that's
that
a
ain't him. He ain't with them.
nah, hell
I thought he
no.
was a part of Tribe Called Quest.
Nah.
What was he a part of? What was
He
the
was in a
group that
group
he was a
called
part of?
Black Star.
He had something to do with Tribe, I thought, man. I seen that on a documentary or some shit. I ain't make that up.
He might have been cool
He
with
might
them
have
niggas.
been
I don't know.
something like that. Whatever it was, he from that era where people look at hip hop that way. So I could see where he would say this, but I don't think he was hating. He just approached it with the wrong tactics.
Yeah, so here's the thing. What made it if he would have came out and said that Drake was not hip hop and then gave a legitimate not I'm not even gonna say legitimate, but gave a reason that didn't come off like that you were trying to be funny. Like I didn't think that Glasses Malone was trying to be funny when he gave his reasons, when he laid out his reasons as to why Kanye and Drake aren't hip hop. When
Okay.
you say because it sounds like we're shopping at Target, that sounds like you're trying to be funny. That comes off as hating because oh, you just wanted to set up this punchline that you had right here. You weren't actually trying to make a legitimate point. Um, bro, the what is hip hop and what isn't is getting corny now because he comes from an era where his definition is different from somebody else's and somebody else's and somebody else's and somebody else's. And there it's becoming the lines are getting blurred as to what that even means anymore. And there's obviously Drake obviously has pop songs or commercial pop, whatever you want to call it. And he also obviously has hip hop songs. He has several songs that do not get fucking played in Target, dude. What are you talking like that?
But he
that either shows me a you don't know his catalog like that.
Pop songs though, bro. You know this. Like,
huh?
why are you acting like you don't know?
Wait, what?
He has more success with the pop songs. That's
well, obviously, nigga, that because boom bap songs don't go 50 times platinum no more, dude. That's obvious though.
So once you have the most success with, that's what people know you for.
Well, that means you need to be familiar with the catalog. You out the loop. He needs somebody to put him up on some. His grandson need to put him up on some of Drake rapping songs, dude. Nigga look like Tommy Davidson in the goddamn clip, dude. I didn't even know that was Mos Def. Like, dude.
You Drake fans are crazy, bro. Like it's like a favorite basketball player, they're gonna be labeled as the thing that they do best, not the other skill sets. Drake,
no, they're gonna be labeled as basketball players.
Stop it, bro. Like give me an example of one of your like Kevin Durant is a scorer. He may be able to play defense at some point in time, but he's not known as a defender. He's known as a scorer. Drake is a pop person. He may have rap shit in his bag and use it sometimes and be very good at it.
Use it sometimes.
Yeah, but when you're talking about Drake, you're talking about Hotline Bling. You're talking about Controller. You're talking about the hits. You ain't talking about 6 a.m. in whatever city he decides to rap in.
You need to.
Talking about that.
Because that's a hip-hop song.
You do because you're a fan. Y'all fans want it both ways with him. Y'all want it, he's the biggest artist
because
ever,
he can be both.
Still try to throw him in rap conversations, and that's not fair. Like, you can't do that, bro.
Here's the thing. Here's the reason why Mos Def comes from an era when niggas only knew how to do one thing. They knew one style, and that was it. That was their style. This nigga is an alien to them. You know when niggas like Kevin Durant and Victor Wembanyama come out and they be like, man, shit, George Gervin could do that. No, the fuck they couldn't. Durant is putting 100 on George Gervin right now, nigga. He don't want no smoke. If Wembanyama was teleported to fucking Wilt days, nigga, they'll be like, what the fuck is this? They wouldn't know what to do with him, dude. They wouldn't have a goddamn clue. So no, we've seen this before. Ralph Sampson could dribble. Shut the fuck up, dude. No, what ain't that shit? We've never seen this. Shut the hell up. Watch and enjoy. It's the same thing, dude. Man, he's not hip hop because he's not standing on the corner in Tim boots, rapping in the cold, nigga, smoking a Newport. Like, shut up, dude. That's not everything hip hop is. It has evolved now. Welcome to the 21st century. Nigga, we're glad you made it. Real quick, I thought Wayno made a good point. He put out a tweet. He said Drake is hip hop. Only reason people put him in question is because he's Canadian. Because if he was from the Bronx, they would easily put him above everyone. I agree 100%. Act like they wouldn't.
No,
bro, if he was from New York, bro,
where Drake is from. When
Drake was from New York, bro. Are you serious?
Yes. No one ever says, he Canada, he can't be hip hop, nigga.
That's the same thing that Glasses Malone said. He said he was from Toronto. He's like, man, he's not from that. Canada doesn't have American hip hop. That's not American hip hop. He said Glasses Malone said that to us, nigga. What are you talking about?
If Drake wants to end this, all he has to do is put out a rap album. And why is that so hard for him to do? Any thorough, them Mos Def niggas, this is the same thing they would tell you in that long soliloquy you just did. All right, we'll put out a rap album.
He's already done that.
Tell us you don't. When? Tell us you don't care about the numbers. Tell us you don't care about being Drake, the super mega star, and just put out an album where you're rapping. Do that. And then
why? He just did that with Scary Hours. Nigga, are y'all niggas listening?
6 songs.
How many they gotta be, bro? How many does it have to be, dude?
Well, it need to be a full album. 12 songs at least.
The fuck?
Do that, then niggas will shut up. Like,
who's making these rules, dude?
Hip hop. I don't understand. Hip hop made the rules. Welcome to the club, nigga. Like, hip hop made the rules. We just live by them.
Niggas wish they could do. I feel like you're getting points taken off because niggas can do multiple different things. It's like niggas telling Steph stop shooting from 30. Man, come on, bro. 21 shoot from 21. It's the same 3 points. Stop shooting from 30, bro.
Say Steph has a cold inside game either. Pause.
He can get to the rack, though.
Man, get Steph in the post, man. Like, watch what that nigga do there. Y'all know you watch his threes, but
that's what I'm saying. Asking a nigga to do something that they're not It's all basketball. Stop asking Steph to post up, nigga. Let him
but
shoot them 30s, nigga.
You can
That's what I'm
specify
saying.
what a nigga's good at, and Drake is really good at making pop records.
At rapping.
So he's really good at making pop records. So
That's
it is
cap.
not
He can rap too.
far-fetched. It's not far-fetched for people to call him a pop artist.
Only if they're not familiar. That lets me know that you're not familiar. You haven't heard anything. That's all that tells me.
It's like you calling Beyonce a rapper. Beyonce raps sometimes. Beyonce raps sometimes.
They're not even in the same stratosphere.
Who? Beyonce and Drake?
Yeah. Stop.
Why not? Why not? She raps sometimes.
Beyonce recited two Quavo bars, nigga, one time.
Stop it, bro. Beyonce got records where she's literally rapping.
Yeah, written by other niggas.
No one is calling house. Drake shit written by the niggas.
Cap. Sir. Man, Mos Def crazy, dude.
Shit, but yeah, we agree on the Mos Def is kind of hating part just because how he put it, but we definitely disagree on the label of which they giving Drake. It's well deserved.
He's popular.
It's not a slight. It's not a slight though.
Say he's popular. Say that. He is that, but he doesn't make
what you call it. I'm not calling it a rapper. You call it whatever the fuck you want.
He's definitely a rapper.
Stop.
And now here's the thing too, though.
He knows how to rap.
This the last thing too. This the thing that gets me, and this will kind of. I saw Cassidy kind of talking about Eminem this way, and he was talking about what Dr. Umar said about Eminem. He was like, "Man, y'all gotta understand, like Eminem knows a lot more about hip hop than a lot of niggas out here that claim they know shit. Like niggas well, in that argument, it really doesn't. But what I'm saying is niggas is students of the game. I don't know what Doja Cat knows about hip hop. I don't know what Post Malone knows. They probably don't know shit. But Drake has proven time after time to be a student of the game. This nigga is not like a culture vulture and somebody taught him how to rap, and so he rapped one time.
No one is saying that.
But I'm saying that's how they treat him. They treat him like he's a pop artist that learned how to rap for 5 minutes and then jumped in here real quick to get fans to say he could rap, and then, but really the whole time he really wanted to be the male Taylor Swift. Like, no, nigga, he's a student of the game. He knows this shit just like other hip hop heads. If he spent 10 minutes with him, I bet he wouldn't say he not hip hop. That's all I'm saying, bro. Because even DMX took that back. DMX said he clowned Drake for that.
I do agree with you that Drake is a student of the game, and he probably knows a lot of hip hop, and that's influenced a lot of the music that he's made. I 100% will agree with you. I just think that he surpassed what we look at as people who we call rappers are.
So because he's successful, he's not rapping no more.
It's not.
Sounds like it though.
Even rappers don't want to be rappers, bro.
Rappers don't want to be pop. Because it makes it sound like they sold out.
Even rappers think being called a rapper is lame. So why would we fight for Drake to be called that? He's bigger than that. Like you hear this all the time. Oh man, I'm a trapper, not a rapper. Nigga, I'm a businessman, not a rapper. So why is it a problem when a nigga tell Drake, "Oh, you not a rapper"?
But that's not saying that niggas ain't hip hop, dude. When niggas say somebody's not hip hop,
I didn't say that. I didn't say he wasn't hip hop. I said
I'm talking about this nigga. I'm talking about Tommy Davidson, dude. Tommy Davidson said he wasn't hip hop.
Mos Def gonna put you on a diss song. You know.
If he ain't heard a Drake rap song, he definitely not hearing this. You play a nigga a Drake song, it's him. He one of them niggas. Who is that, bro? He ripping it. He spitting. That's Drake.
Who is that? Yeah, who is that?
Yes,
Mos Def definitely is not up on Drake catalog.
Clearly,
we can agree with that.
He listens to himself.
Moving to the next. He don't even listen to rap. Moving to the next one, man. Benny the Butcher, man, he been doing the runs. He was on a couple podcasts. He's been on a couple TV shows, well, Breakfast Club, things like that. He's out here, man. He's letting you know this is his first release from Def Jam, which surprised me because I thought it was his second. He says it would be goofy to squash the beef with Freddie Gibbs. He said it'd be goofy to squash the beef. And would you agree with that? And what do you expect from this Def Jam debut?
Yeah, I ain't gonna spend too much time on the beef. It would be goofy to squash the beef. There's no point. They don't get along. They don't fuck with each other. He done already had nigga goons beat up Freddie Gill for what? Why would they be cool anymore? It doesn't make sense. The new album, though, which I am very interested in, Everybody Can Go. Shout out to the title. I like it already. He dropped a single last week that I didn't really like, though. DeBron didn't move me like that. I'm gonna keep it a buck. The album is produced by Hit Boy, allegedly, or at least that's what
it is. He said that.
Okay, good. So that should be interesting. Alchemist is on here somewhere too. I am very interested to hear what it's going to sound like. I think he put the track list out. I'm not sure. I think it's about 12 songs. Again, I like that we keeping it concise. Let's trim all the fat. Let's keep it simple. I'm here for it. It'll be the first thing I listen to when I wake up Friday morning. Let me get that. Now, what role Def Jam plays and all of that, who the fuck knows? I don't expect Chris Brown and fucking Katy Perry on here, no shit like that. So just give me the Benny album, 12 songs. I was a huge fan of that Burden of Proof album from 2020. I think I had it number one. If I didn't, it was top
Yeah,
two
both of
that
us had the
year.
album of the year. I know I
Yeah,
had the
that
album.
shit was
I gave it a classic.
that shit was
We got
crazy, and it still
we got
holds up to
great
this day.
albums.
Tenor Talk 4 really didn't do nothing for me, so I'm really interested in hearing what he gonna do with this. So everybody can't go. I'll be listening to that shit, nigga, as soon as I wake up.
Um, I am nervous about this album. I heard him talking on Joe Budden. To your point, he said Def Jam didn't. They were hands off. They let him do his thing. He was actually surprised that the label um, questioned what niggas put out and went in the studio and monitored it. He's like, he ain't never had that experience in his life. So they letting him do his own thing. He did say it wasn't no girly records on there. It's still straight Griselda, which I'm kind of wondering how that's gonna go, being this is more mainstream than most of his stuff has been. I am excited that he's still working with Hit Boy. He's still working with Alchemist. He said he's using the people who made him this hot and gave him the opportunity. Now I got a budget. I want you guys in the studio with me. So I get that. I understand that too. But again, I've said this here, and I know people don't like it. I'm not sure if that sound hasn't passed. Like,
Mm.
I'm not sure if we're still there, like excited as we were when this was new and we were hearing Griselda and niggas were rapping like this over beats from Alchemist. And it's like it was new and it was fresh. And like, yeah, these niggas is killing it. I'm not sure if people still want to hear that. And I'm only speaking from a sales standpoint. From the people that love him, I think that he'll be able to come and meet the expectations. But if I'm talking about the expectations of corporate America now and Def Jam and him kind of expanding what they do and accelerating or putting that sound on another level where it's going to be more mainstream, I don't know if that's possible, especially if it's going to be similar to the older stuff that he did. Like, I still want unfortunately, I still want the Drake feature from it. I still want to see how that sounds in mainstream America. I ain't necessarily, like you said, talking about a Katy Perry, but I do want to hear him on a song with one of the R&B people, one of the Summer Walkers. I want to know what that sounds like. And he said that he's avoiding that. So I'm concerned, again, that it's going to be something that puts him on another level versus just keeps him on the same level. But like you, Friday comes around, I definitely am hitting play on this. I won't be hesitant to see what it sounds like because I'm a Benny the Butcher fan. I like him in the interviews. I like a lot. Like I said, I had that album. It's a classic that he did at Burden of Proof. So I definitely want to hear what this is going to sound like. But I am nervous that it won't meet the expectations of the public.
Yeah, I don't know what the expectations are though. Like, bro,
I think
sales.
people are expecting him to take it to the next level, though. I think
What does
people
that
are.
mean?
That means that he's a mainstream artist now. That means that like when R&B people are doing songs, they want him for a feature now. That means you're gonna see him in a lot bigger places because this album performed so well that now he's not, oh, most people know about him, but everybody ain't hip to him. I think this album is supposed to put him in the everybody that knows rap knows who Benny the Butch is.
Off
I think
off the
this album
first
is
album on the label? Really?
absolutely, bro. Them niggas been grinding for a minute, bro. If this ain't the album to do that, when is the album to do it? Shit.
Nigga, the
Nigga
second or
50,
third, nigga. What are you
nigga
talking about?
45 years old, bro. Like, how long
Nobody
you think
cares
that
about that
nigga
no more. Nobody cares about
okay.
that.
The brands care, like, cause he ain't gonna be able to relate to younger kids in 2, 3, 4 years. They like, cause again, you're talking about a married man who don't do most of the stuff that young hip hop artists do nowadays. Is trying to break into that plane and not to fit in, but just to make sure that from a corporate standpoint that it's registering like they want it to register with a new artist. We talking about Def Jam here. We ain't talking about Griselda no more. We ain't talking about Shady Records no more. We talking about, nigga, you with a mainstream label. We want to see mainstream performance. That means just like, nigga, when Fab dropped like the features and all the other shit, I want to see the same shit 20 years later. Like, I'm expecting that if I'm
Mm,
Def Jam. I may be off, but that's me. If I worked in the offices of Def Jam, this is what that album is supposed to do for you. I want your shit on commercials. I want your shit on the NBA 2K now. I want that shit on the new college. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for scores. I want you in movies, all of that shit. And I ain't saying you got to change your sound for it. I'm saying you got to find a sound that fits with you to do it. And I'm not really sure if that's possible.
Yeah, if I worked for Def Jam in '03, '04, then I could say that. But you've got to find new ways to get people's music out. Because I mean, you're not gonna do the Billboard numbers and all that shit. It don't matter. But Benny's already he tapped in with the Bills. He did their anthem a year or two
He
ago. He did their
did. He won an
commercial.
Emmy
Did
for
they
that.
merch? He did some merch placements with them a little bit before that. So I mean, he's out. He's the face of Buffalo music right now. He's more popular. Well, he's more no, he's about the same as West Side. They all in their lane. They all in their lane right now, and I think they're gonna find pockets where it
I
makes the
think.
most sense for them to be successful.
Do you think this album should put him above West Side of Conway?
I think he's already above Conway though,
Really?
in terms of
I
like
wouldn't necessarily say that.
stature in the rap game. Yeah, I do.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. He did the
Interesting.
Buffalo Bills Mafia anthem by himself. He didn't have the other two niggas on there with him. And
That's
if
fair.
you look right now on Buffalo Bills YouTube page, he's on there right
That's
now
fair. That's fair.
doing the shit.
That's fair.
So
That's fair.
the other two niggas ain't there. They know where to be found.
But
Or
West
whatever
Side,
whatever that
West
count
Side,
is.
West Side, like it's different for him though. He got a lot
I
more
agree,
shit going on.
but you'll see him in certain spaces that you won't see Benny though. That's what I'm saying.
But Benny is supposed to be now with this album. He should be able to be in those spaces and even bigger spaces. I would think.
Yeah,
No,
I don't know, bigger, maybe adjacent. Like you may see West Side at like a
okay,
big
fair.
wrestling event.
That's fair.
The adjacent play to that is Benny at the Bills
NFL,
thing. You know what I'm saying?
NFL.
Like it's
Yep.
which one's bigger than the other? Shit, I don't know.
Mm.
Next up, man, big movie came out. I don't know about big movie, but the Book of Clarence.
That's a big movie, man. Don't do it like that.
I mean, but I don't know if like it had a big ass budget or not. I just don't know the numbers on it. But the Book of Clarence came out. Rock Nation produced the soundtrack. You starred in it. You did a great job, by the way. Shout out to you. But the big news on the soundtrack was a new Hove verse. We're like, oh shit, wait a minute now. Hove and D'Angelo. I don't think we done heard that before. People listened to it. Some people were turned off. Some people really dug it. Jay-Z is not actually rapping. It's more on spoken word. It's a 9-minute and 33-second song called I Want You Forever. My question to you, more or less of this type of Hove music in the future? What did you think about the song?
Less. Jesus Christ, less. Not that said, the song is good. The song is banging.
Yeah.
The song is good if I'm like, oh shit, it's a surprise that Hove is on here. Like I got a blessing with him having a couple words, even if they're spoken, they're not in rhythmic rap form. But if this nigga were to try to give me an album like this, and you trying to do some Andre 3000 shit, and every now and then I'm jumping in here and I'm just giving you a couple bars on some Love Jones shit, man, you don't get this shit all the way out of here, nigga. I don't want to hear like Hove ain't gonna be able to mail that in for me. Like it, I feel like this was good, but this is something that a nigga just asked me on the humble to do, and I ain't really had nothing wrote down, and I like this beat, so I can give you a couple bars because I'm Hove and I'm that nigga. It's like if Jordan suited up right now, nigga, you want to do it, you want to play to 11, I'm gonna beat you 11-1. I'm 50, I can still do it. You're still a regular nigga, I'm still Hove. So I feel like that was this. They wanted him to do it because he was involved in the movie, executive produced it. He probably heard this song in the studio when they played the soundtrack, like, oh, I got a couple things for that. Not want to get all the way in my bag. I don't want to break a sweat. I'm in my tux. I'm going to go to the NFL meeting. I ain't really trying to get in the rap bag right now. So let me just give you a couple of things. This is marvelous for that. It's great. But if you're talking about, man, my next album, I'm going to do a lot of this. We doing 9-10 minute songs with a whole lot of singing and instruments and flutes and shit. And I'm going to give you some bars every now and then, bro. If you don't get that shit all the way out of here, like, I ain't trying to hear this from you, Hove. I know you can still rap at 50, whatever, and I want you to still rap.
Yeah. Number one, I do like the song, though. I do like the song.
The song is banging.
The song is a vibe. There's a time and a place for it. Now, if he was to drop like a 8-piece that's on something similar, but it's carried more by the feature, like if there's like some Janae Aiko or some, I don't know, some Jill Scott type shit, whatever the fuck, and then he does the spoken word shit on there, that may be something where, like the Andre album, I didn't know I needed, and it may be something different and refreshing. And I mean, you 13, 14 albums in, you have the space to do something like that. Honestly, if it's quality, I don't think Jay would put it out if it wasn't hard. But
oh, Jesus Christ.
that's fair. I wouldn't request that. But there may be something that I didn't know I needed, and there may be like similar to the, like I said, the Andre album. Look, nobody asked for the flute album, but the
You've been
consensus
listening
was
to
that when
this
you
shit.
listen to it, it was like, okay, there's a place for this. It
You've
just
been
wasn't
listening
what
to
I
that shit. I
asked
can
for.
tell. You've
Yeah.
been listening to that Andre shit.
No, I'm not. But if I go get a massage tomorrow, I'll tell them to play that shit though. It's great massage music for sure.
I put it like
But I need something a little bit more that I can listen to more on a consistent basis than that shit. So with that being said, that's the problem with a J project like that. I can't listen to this song every day. I can listen to it in a certain vibe, in a certain mood when I'm in that place, which is okay. That's the cool thing. Now, if I'm in that headspace, now I got something to listen to. That's why I said it would be okay if he were to do it on like an EP type joint, but he'd have to follow it up with that Hill afterward, though. Like 3 months later, he got to give me the real album after that, dude.
You got to give me something.
But the song banging, though. I like the whole soundtrack, honestly.
Facts. Yeah, I agree. I like the whole soundtrack. I listened to it. If y'all ain't seen the movie, man, me and AB, well, we'll talk about it later. But yeah, y'all ain't seen the movie, y'all go check that out, man. Book of Clarence, I really like that joint.
For sure.
Next, Tony Yayo. AB Tony Yayo says his new podcast will put him up there with the greats. I have no idea what that means, but I want to know, are you biting on it? And what rapper, dead or alive, would have the best podcast?
Now,
Does he mean
Yayo,
put him in with the great podcasters? Does he think this gonna make him a better rapper?
nah, put him with the great podcasters.
Okay.
So
Go ahead.
he's saying, I think it's called Welcome to the Culture. It's the name of it.
Yeah.
He's saying that this will put him up there with the Drink Champs and the Buttons and all of that. Yayo, I think, is a good guest. And I think sometimes when people are good guests, that they get gassed up to make them think they could be the star of the show or the host. I'm not even gonna say the star. That makes them think they can host. It's almost like when you see a group, and because you make a good group, you make good music as a group, you think you could be MJG and come out with No More Glory. And that ain't it. You think you could be Big Boy and come out with Daddy Fat Sacks Volume 1 and 2, whatever the fuck he came out with.
His left foot.
Yeah, all that bullshit. It doesn't work the same. It's not the same. It's a heavier lift. You in a different seat. You know what I'm saying? When you look to your left and to your right on the court, and you got all stars next to you, that's one way to play. But then when them niggas leave and it's all on you, it's a little different. Them lights get bright. So while I do think he's a good guest, he's an entertaining guest. You can get good memes out of his shit, some good quotes. He's honest. He has an opinion. He has a take. That don't mean you can host, dog. And so I wish him success. I'll tap in if he's got the right guest to see how he does. But I just don't want him to get gassed up because people like him on Vlad or like him on Math Hoffa shit, bro. That don't mean you can do it on your own. That's all I'm saying. Just study other people and don't think because people liked you on them as guests that you could just jump into the arena and do it on your own. I don't want you to fall on your face.
I'm conflicted by this. And the reason being, I know that what you're saying is true, is he's a good guest. I also know that he's a messy dude just from my observation of him throughout his years in hip hop. So I'm thinking a tax tone type podcast. I'm thinking where it's really gonna go there with a couple of people if he's able to book those guests that he can go there with.
Okay.
I'm thinking the controversial stuff could happen. Like if he could get and I'm not sure this could even happen. It's a fantasy, but this is how I'm looking at it. Like if if Irv Gotti comes on a Tony Yayo podcast, everybody in the world is tuning into that. Like those are some of the advantages that he has. So when he says I'll be one of the greats, it's kind of a cheat code. It's kind of like, yeah, Joe Budden is great at what he do, and this is not a knock, but he was Joe Budden when he started it. Combat Jack was Combat Jack when he started it. No, Gilly and Wallow, Gilly was Gilly when he started that. You and I have a different perspective of it, of like, okay, we just love this shit. And it just so happens over the years that we've been doing it, that people have found it this to be entertaining and that they fuck with us. So we built a fan base from it. So it's a lot different from a nigga like Tony Yayo doing it when you saying, oh, I'm going to be the greatest. Well, you got a head start, my nigga. And with that head start, I know, and this is where I'm conflicted, that he's willing to be messy. Like, I think this is going to be a really messy podcast, and that's what's going to get people talking about it because people love mess in this era. Like, where we're at now, the Cat Williams type shit, the Stephen A. type shit that just happened, they love that. And Tony Yayo is about that life. Like, I'm going to do that. Like, ain't nobody finna come in there and fight Tony Yayo. I ain't saying that he's that rough and tough. I'm just saying that like niggas just not gonna be on that type of time, but I think he is. So it's gonna get a lot of posts. Hey, damn, did you see when they did this on Tony Yayo? He see Cameron and Mace being successful from it, so he figures I can do this. And I think that the route that he's gonna take is being very messy with it. Like I could imagine an interview with him in Game or something like that. And like if he's willing to book those type of guests, he's gonna shoot straight to the top of the podcast game. Just because that's what people are signed up for. And it's like you said, it's not necessarily because he's good. It's not necessarily because Tony Yayo can be a good host. It's the messiness is going to be there. And I think that's what's going to propel that podcast if he's willing to do that. If we talking about just regular shit with him talking to 50 and stuff like, nah, I don't give a fuck. I'm not tuning into that. But if we're talking about stuff like I said, where he's talking the Game, or Irv Gotti comes in there, or niggas like that, where you know that they got a problem, and he's going to be the nigga that's willing to sit down and talk because 50 ain't there and there ain't got to be no extra shit, he can take off if he does those things. He's slick to let me produce it since I said this.
He started it about a year ago, but only did about 10... 11 episodes, but I'm saying he hasn't put out an episode in 6 months. So his whole thing is he's back in the lab. He's like been working on this shit apparently.
I didn't know.
That's why he's talking like, yo, I'm about to boost it up there with the rest of them.
If he already did 10 episodes and nobody didn't know he'd had one out, so
he ain't got no big guest on there though. Respectfully.
I think he's gonna do like T.I. did. T.I. realized that the money that you need, the money that I can make doing this, like I could take 2 hours doing this, so I could go book a show. And I can make 2 times his money.
That's T.I. though. You talking about Yayo? What is Yayo performing, bro?
That is true. That's true. Great point. But I do think that he gonna see how slow the money may be in this and kind of lose interest again. I mean, he going to a 50.
Yeah, he already did that. He already did that. So it. It's last tour, final lap.
50 ain't got no other tours.
No, nigga, so. It's a wrap, dude.
Maybe he can go into with Banks. Book.
Stop. Hey, but real quick, what rapper, dead or alive? I thought about that as I was listening to this. Is there a rapper, and we'll open it up, like I said, dead or alive, who would have a fire podcast you think could work? Because I definitely
dead or alive with a fire. Give me yours first. Let me think about it a little bit more.
It's a super cheat code, but I think this person, and it wouldn't even have to necessarily be guest based. Yeah. But I saw a throwback clip of Pac when he was on that talk show when they were questioning him about the cop killing lyrics and all of that. I'm sure a lot of people have seen that clip. And he held his own against people that were debating him. If he had a debate show today, that shit would be so fire, bro. Like, even if it's like Joe Rogan's not a debate show, but I'm saying bringing on people from different walks of life.
Ideas. Yeah, just
exactly. And just different ideas, and there would be some debates on there eventually. I think that would be a fire podcast. That's a cheat code. Pac could do a lot of shit if he was here, but that's just the first thing I thought of.
That AI Pac podcast is gonna hit. Like, I'm telling you, when they drop that AI Pac podcast,
that's gonna slap
into every episode, nigga. This low hanging fruit for nowadays, but I would fucking love this if Rick Ross had a podcast. It could be
really
it could be on some EYL / like you said, Joe Rogan / sometimes like you just getting hit other rappers and then y'all talk about business move. But if Ross did that and was dedicated to doing it and it made him enough money where he was interested in it, I would really appreciate a Rick Ross podcast, bro. Like that shit would go platinum on my phone.
See, I'd rather see him do some like a content like how 2 Chainz do like most expensive shit, or he needs like a little series like that, or like Action Bronson with the talk, fuck that's delicious. He needs something like that.
Though I want to hear him sit down and talk because he's funny. Like Rick Ross, like I want to see. I would like to see if there's a break in the character when he starts just talking business, or he talking to like niggas is really like about whatever they on there to talk about, like real serious in their field and really telling you how to get money. I want to see this like the act ever stop, or do he keep the Rick Ross on like 24/7? I would love to observe that podcast and pay attention to that. But yeah, I would go Rick Ross. It's like on some EYL / Combat Jack / $1 million worth of game type shit. Like where he on there, he just giving it up. He bringing other people on there to get money in different fields and talking about how they get money. I would love to see Ross do that.
Let us know, man. What rapper dead or alive do y'all wish had a podcast right now? Next up, man, 2024 is the year. Jump back in the time machine to 2004. There's a lot of albums that came out that year, man. Low-key hot year. What anniversary show or documentary or any piece of content do you need from an album that came out in 04, celebrating 20 years?
The fan in me wanted to go with the T.I. I think this is one of T.I.'s best albums. Why am I blanking on the name right now? What's the T.I.? What T.I.
album? In 04?
Yes. God damn it. I just seen it too.
I don't know if he got one in 04, big dog. Oh, Urban Legend.
Yeah, Urban Legend. How am I forgetting Urban Legend?
Yeah.
The fan in me would want to see a piece of content with T.I. making Urban Legend, a documentary. I feel like it's his biggest. If we had the studio footage and we had like all of that stuff, because I'm serious in trap music, we're like, okay, he's bubbling. This was like he's a certified star. I would love to see that transition from those two albums to this one, the approach, the mindset. That would be fucking amazing to me.
Yeah.
But I do have another one, the cheat code. Shout out to Bucks that came out that year. I would love to see some content on that, but I have one better than that. And that would be
Straight Out of Cashville. You talking about?
Straight Out of Cashville. Man, that Kanye College Dropout. You do a movie on that. Like you do a movie like the Good Kid, Mad City type play, spoken word type joint, and you got Kanye that's feeding the people the lines for real, and this how this song came about, and you get this whole dialogue on motherfucker explaining some shit, and then it breaks into that slow jams. Like, bro, I could see that shit on stage now.
Yeah.
Like, give me that ASAP, like a good play director, a good, like, it could even be a musical. And Color Purple made me open to this more. Like, if you did some Color Purple type shit where it's like a musical version of College Dropout and him doing those songs with the skits and shit in there, and it's the first time we heard of him, and you add a little mixture of that personal shit that we know he goes through, platinum in the hood. I'm going to see that like a Tyler Perry play, bro. So give me
that's hard.
Give me the College Dropout play.
Speaking of real quick too, speaking of T.I., I meant to mention this too at the concert. I mean, at the symphony, he did "Live in the Sky," but he did an extra verse, and it was about Clay. Hard.
Oh shit! You should have recorded that.
Yeah, I should have. I didn't realize what was going on until it was halfway through, and I was locked in because he was ripping it. I was like, damn! I should have recorded that shit.
That's one of my favorite T.I. songs.
Tough. That's a classic T.I. song.
Love that song.
With that being said, I'm looking at 04. I was with you. I was going to go Young Buck Straight Out of Cashville for a cheat code. However, I thought of something a little different. I saw that Wayne Carter 1 came out.
Yes.
And at first I was thinking, obviously, one night only, intimate setting, nigga, a fucking wooden stool, nigga would hit like on some open mic shit, nigga, like with him with the screen in the background with the skits. He got to do the skits and all the in the little walking in and walking out. But then it made me think a series like a snowfall tone series on the Carter would be hard, nigga. Like in New Orleans, in the South, it's like the dope house. It's the little dope house in the South, nigga. In New Orleans, that the popular, and it's the one nigga in there that's kind of like the young nigga that's kind of making his way through there, but he got one foot in, one foot out. He got family shit. He got the beef on the other side, but it's like kind of got the tone of Snowfall, though. You know, you see what I'm saying? Like,
I see what you're saying. Just with down south, like the Carter version.
Yeah, that should have gone.
Song we playing the Carter. Yeah, that's fire.
That should have been hard too.
That's fire.
Like,
that's fire.
Just taking that whole vibe that album brings. Like, dude, I'm here for that. But there's some decent little albums. There's some solid albums that came out this year on the low, though.
Yeah, we may need to do a little quick hit of some on one of the episodes about the albums of this year.
Yeah, it's got some shit.
Jim Jones from over to church. I remember
that first Jim Jones. Yep. Yeah, it's some shit. That Chingy was on here you like a lot. There you go.
And Nelly's Sweatsuit. That's your album.
Right? Nigga, now we know whose album that is, nigga. That Purple Haze came out though.
Purple Haze. Yep. I was rocking with the diplomatic immunity too.
No, we act like that don't exist, my nigga.
Let me tell you, you bought this though. That Thug Matrimony, Married to the Streets.
Oh, that Trick Daddy? Yeah, I definitely
That
bought
Trick
that Trick
Daddy.
Daddy.
That was facts.
Definitely
That
bought that. But
Fab,
that Purple
damn,
Haze,
that Fab and Ja Rule came out.
yeah,
Damn, god
it's
damn.
some shit. That you might could
Carnage.
do some of that Purple Haze too, though. But that might be more like on like a
Comedy. Straight
comedy.
comedy. Yeah.
Yeah, I
On some
mean, it had to be some
Friday
funny
type shit.
shit.
You could do a book of Clarence with that Nas, Street Disciple. Do a book of
True.
Clarence type
That's
movie.
true.
That would
But
be
they like in
hard.
New York though instead of Jerusalem and
Yeah,
shit.
that'll be hard. That'll be hard. I ain't even gonna lie, that'll be hard, man.
So
All right, man. Y'all let us know what 20th anniversary album would you turn into a show or documentary and the ideas that you have behind it. Mine was a Kanye West play
yep.
for College Dropout. AB, what did you have again?
I had the Little Wayne Carter 1 TV series.
Yeah, y'all check. Y'all let us know what you guys would do on that on the YouTubes or the comments in the podcast app. Before we go to our wins and losses, AB Diddy, he turned down a Grammy invite despite his first nomination in 20 years.
Ooh,
What do you think about this?
it's gotta hurt, man, but you gotta lay low. You gotta
Gotta
lay
get the
low.
Grammys.
I know it hurt, man. Hey, boy, when things are going too good, as usually when some bullshit happened, he had his suit already picked out. When they announced he was nominated 5 months ago, nigga, he got his suit laid out on the bed and everything, dude. He was finna shake that bitch, nigga, and the price was gonna go up. He was gonna have a Bad Boy Puff tour, the Love tour on deck. I guarantee he had people working on that shit. And then the lawsuit came out, nigga, and that shit came to a screeching halt. I know he's sick about that, but going to the Grammys would do him no good. Just lay low, nigga, and I know hold the L, man. Try to bounce back. Maybe come back in. Hopefully, the next time they invite you, it won't be 20 years from now, dude. But he got to just relax.
Yeah, all the headlines would have been about the stuff that was going on with him. You can't make this visit, man. Even if you want it as much as you want to, and I'm sure it wasn't even Puff. I'm sure it was people around him like,
no, of course.
Nah, big dog. Puff probably thought he could go beat Puff. That's not necessarily what's best for the brand, bro.
No,
And
sir.
we all trying to eat off it, so you need to sit down. So yeah, don't go to the Grammys. Lay low. Holler at Russ. See what the real estate is like in Bali. Go buy your crib over there and chill for like a year, 2 years, maybe.
Facts.
And let all the stuff just kind of linger out. No disrespect to any of the victims. Not saying that, he should be able to escape from whatever may have to happen to him from what he's done. But that being said, if I'm Puffy, I'm laying low for a long time.
Can you imagine the questions on the red carpet at the Grammys, bro? If you walked into the fucking Grammys, dude.
Bro, or if you do any interviews, anything like that, bro, like stop.
Come on, fam.
Super good, nigga. I ain't making no public appearances for the nigga unless you catching me in Bali at the open air fish market, nigga, buying the most expensive fish in Bali and having my chef cook it. You might catch me there, nigga. It's some in some Bali garb and shit with the yoga pants and shit on. That's it, nigga.
Definitely got the Bali yoga pants.
You got the Bali yoga pants on, the yoga necklaces and shit. Nigga wearing crystals and everything.
That's a fact, man.
Well, none of that smoke y'all got.
What we got?
All right, man, for wins and losses before we get out of here, AB. First win or a loss, Juice WRLD's ex. I don't even know her name, but she felt the need to leak the sex tape of her and the dead rapper, and people online went in on her. Win or a loss?
Yeah, first of all, it'd be super weird if you knew her name. But as I have the article in front of me, it's Ali Lottie, and she's been posting content on OnlyFans for a while now. So she said she was trying to get ahead of the leakers. She claimed that leakers were trying to blackmail her, and so she was like, "Fuck it, I'll just put it out myself since y'all want to try to blackmail me." That's her reasoning. This is an L. She may be backed into a corner. She may not. That may be a front. But man, like Denzel Curry tweeted, let Juice WRLD rest, please.
Please, God, let him rest, man. And if they gonna leak it, let them look like the dirty motherfuckers, the bad guys. Bitch, you got shit all on OnlyFans. Like, we seen your naked body and you getting down. I guess, since that's what she got OnlyFans for. But, like, why would you be scared if they was gonna leak something? Like, stop.
I guess because maybe she thought that people would think it was her. I have no clue.
No, Come on, man. That's whack.
Yeah.
Next winner or loss, AB Ice Cube has been inducted to the Basketball Hall of Fame. Maybe for that triple double that he got on today was a good day.
Boom ting. Yeah, this was weird. I had to dig into it. I was like, what? But he receives the Impact Award at the Basketball Hall of Fame. It's the first one that they've given. I was like, okay.
Is, right?
I don't know. They said the award recognizes Cube's remarkable contributions to basketball and his commitment to fostering dialogues on inclusivity and equal opportunity.
You know what this is, right?
A consolation prize from the NBA? What is this?
They're trying to make good on him saying they was boxing him out and blackballing him.
But the NBA don't got nothing to do with the Basketball Hall of Fame, though.
Oh, they don't?
Because this includes college and everything.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind.
Yeah, this is everything. They don't own this.
Never mind. I thought this was NBA shit. I thought this was the NBA trying to be like, we know you've been going around saying we was blackballing you. Here's a consolation prize. Here's, you know.
Yeah, I don't know what. Now they may have made the call. I mean, now they may have got connections at the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. I'm sure, but they don't run it though, to my knowledge.
Now they don't. You're right. I know they don't run it, but they may have made that call though. I just thought that it was because he made his rounds and he made it very clear what the NBA was doing to him on all the podcasts and shows that he went on. They're like, y'all, these niggas are trying to box me out, and it came out.
He might got a lawsuit on his hands too, though. It's coming out that what he was saying was actually factual.
It was true, and because of the lawsuit, they trying to like throw an olive branch out there and be like, no, we fuck with you. So.
Yeah, all right, but it's a W though at the end of the day because any club that get to the big three, man, I want to see him win with that for real, for real.
I do want to see that get bigger, pause, and I want to see him win with the big three definitely. Next win or a loss, Paul Wall, Mike Jones, and Slim Thug. They announced the Still Tipping tour. When it comes to Atlanta, AB, how quickly are you buying them tickets?
Man, how quickly will they be on?
Well, no, what is it? What is the other one, man?
That's what I'm about to say. I can't think of it. That's what I get. They're going to be on Groupon. How quickly will they be on Groupon? With all due respect to those three gentlemen, they were at the Houston, Texas game, and they announced it at the game. Big W, by the way, for the Texans. But
CJ Stroud, man.
Yeah, I'm not going to show up, even though I still listen to some of Slim Thug music. He put out an album every once in a while. I'll check it out. I like the last one he put out, but I'm not going to show.
It was some dope-ass songs on that last album.
See?
I would never in my life pull up to a Mike Jones, Paul Wall, and Slim Thug show. No disrespect to those gentlemen. They do their thing. I listen to some of their music, but you're talking about paying $40 for a ticket, finding parking,
getting dressed,
finding shoes that won't get stepped on and I won't be mad about, like getting dressed, buying drink. Like, I'm super good on that, man. Make sure y'all stream it though, and I might check out the stream. Even if it's $1 or $2. I'll do that. I'll even pay for the stream, but I'm definitely never pulling up to that. That's not worth a night out for me.
Salute to them, man. They can probably just do Texas shows and eat good off of this shit.
They can eat all around Texas, from El Paso to Austin, man. They got it. Bonus W, Game is giving his publishing from the collab project with Big Hit to Big Hit. What do you think about that?
Big W, man. Wack made that announcement, or wasn't an announcement, but he said it on Adam 22 joint where he had Big Hit and Hit Boy on there. And he said, bro, I want to show you this, big dog, because I want you to understand this. And he pulled up in his phone the text of him asking Game, do he need to put the final splits together for the project with, Big Hit and Game? And Game said, nah, tell Big Homie he can have 100% of it. And he said, not the feature, don't charge him nothing for the feature. The publishing that comes from that, which is a huge piece of the money that you make after the fact, and that's you pass on to your kids, and why Slim Thug has the mansion that he has and the whips that he got. He said, tell him that it all go to dude. So I thought that was a real nigga play right there. So salute to that. That was a nice move.
Yeah, that's solid, man. I got an honest to God question to you though. Is there any song on that they gonna get published?
Hey, listen, man. Listen.
Like, is there anything on that that's gonna go?
No, nigga, that album was trash. But listen, Wack 100 was talking like he gave him publishing the Thriller, nigga. I was like, bro, relax, bro.
Documentary she publishing, like, come on, bro. What are we talking about? Game know what he was doing, man.
Nigga, this ain't how we do, dude. Like, relax. It ain't nothing on there that's gonna go, bro.
Oh,
and I mean
shit,
that
what-
with all due respect.
Yeah, with all due respect to them, man. Like, shout out to Game. It was a really solid move. Big Hit must have been that nigga, man. I'm looking at how Snoop respect him,
True.
how Game respect him. Like that nigga, like he must have been that nigga before he got locked up, bro.
Might have been, man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
We need the Big Hit documentary, to be honest with you, because I would tune into that. I need to see what like the work that nigga put in. That the nigga
They may just fuck with Hit Boy that hard though. They may just really fuck. Cause Hit Boy seemed like a solid kid
like
though.
this
That a lot of people fuck with him.
though, bro. This
Yeah.
seemed like this a little like cause Snoop, the way that Snoop like talking about like, bro, quit that gang bang and shit, and like it seemed like this some like, we know this nigga, like this nigga put it down in this wherever he was at. But
Maybe so.
I'd love to know the background of Big Hit, man. AB, who's the on deck of the week, brother?
Man, we are going to We're going to not Instagram. What am I talking about? We're going to YouTube. Shout out to Bakari. He said, hold on. Eminem, he said Eminem cannot be the GOAT to me because he spent more time dropping bad music than good music. He arguably dropped 2 or 3 mid albums in his career after the Eminem show, and people praised him for it because the last 6 albums have been ass. I like this level-headed thought. I understand what Umar was saying because that's on brand. But the real reason he's not a GOAT is because he's got 2 or 3 good albums and 7 bad ones. That's the real reason he's not a GOAT, dude, if we're talking music. So I respect that. Appreciate that, Bakari, man. Always good. Give good comments on YouTube.
Yeah, y'all keep commenting on YouTube. Again, keep rating, subscribing, and liking. That still helps us as long as we've been in the game. We appreciate to see those all the time. And we'll read some of those too. Again, YouTube, the iPod app as well. What's your put on for the week?
I'm going to Fargo season finale coming up this week. By the time this airs, it will have aired. It's cooking and it is sizing up for a big.
You said by the time this aired,
it come out tomorrow. Come on Tuesday.
Oh shit! I thought it was Wednesdays.
Hell no.
Yeah,
Tuesday night.
John Hamm deserved an award for this.
Are you people who he's representing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Tough.
He's definitely the MAGA sheriff.
He killing it though.
He bodying that shit. Nigga.
Nah, that shit going hard.
One, because I know his, like, I listen to him on podcasts, like he's totally opposite from
right. He ain't nothing like that shit.
He bodying
that we know of.
Fact that we know. He might flies to be the same way. It might
you caught up?
Coming. Yeah. I seen the last episode where they came and got, well, no spoilers, but
yeah.
Last episode where the police was at his ranch and shit.
So y'all check that out. If you ain't seen it, go ahead, start it. You tripping. Fire. What you got though?
My put on is the Book of Clarence. That shit was fire. Me and AB really enjoyed that. If y'all want to hear a review on that, check out the Frames Per Second podcast. You got the benefit of having me and AB on there. Shout out to Mike C-Town and shout out to Ken Inns. They were on there with us as well. We got to hop on their platform and review that. Man, that was a really good conversation. They hated it. Spoiler alert, but you get to see how, AB and I loved it and they hated it and how those things kind of clashed together on that episode. So
they made good points.
They made really good points, but they weren't better than our points.
That's true.
As far as, just enjoying it, man. So I think y'all will really enjoy that review of the Book of Clarence, but also go check out the movie. The movie was really fucking good. It was different. It was black. I love black shit. Like that shit like always registers with me, and I think y'all should go check that out. So Book of Clarence and the Frames Per Second Book of Clarence review with AB and I.
Yes, sir, man. Listen, youtube.com/On Deck TV show. Leave a comment, subscribe, all that good shit. We appreciate everybody tapping in. Anything else before we get out of here?
That's it, man. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. As long as y'all have been, we appreciate it.
Yes, sir. We out.